And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place to where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still!" and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." That was an excerpt from Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. This is one of the most well-known of children's books. Even 55 years later, this is still a very revered children's book. Now, read that because this is actually what I'm wanting to do for my next challenge. Not sitting around reading children's books, though I do love children's books. No, it's about seeing if I can take something that I wrote a few years ago, a children's book, and seeing if I can take that and possibly get it published. I don't really know. I have no idea if it's something that publishers would be interested in, whether or not I should try to self-publish. I don't really know. That is what this challenge is about, to find out if it's something that's worth pursuing, what could happen, the possibilities of what can happen. As of right now, there are zero possibilities because what I wrote a few years ago has just been sitting there. It's just been sitting there, dormant, not doing anything. So I'm going to take this 60-day challenge that's afforded me the motivation to actually try it. That's actually one of the things that this 60-day challenge that I've been pursuing this year, even though I'm just on the third one, it's actually shown me that there are areas of my life to where I've been inactive. I've set aside things that one time that I want to do. And now let's see what I can do. Let's see what happens if we try this or that. What happens if we did try to go gluten and dairy free? What might happen? What happens if we wanted to pursue Spanish style guitar? What might happen? And that's what these challenges is really about. It's not about whether or not it actually causes me to become a great guitar player, or if, being gluten dairy free actually really makes a huge difference. Now, those things could be byproducts, but for all intents and purposes with this challenge, it's all about pursuing those things that you've always wanted to, but had never really got around to it or never completed. So that's, this 60-day challenge has kind of provided that motivation for me. And that's, it's helping me. What about you? What would it take for you to get out there to pursue your passions, your interests, your hobbies, those things that you've wanted to pursue, those things that you wanted to try to see if you can do it, but never really got around to it? For whatever reason, why not start now? Let's go ahead and start now. I'm going to pursue this book to see what may happen. How about you? Why don't you pursue something that you've wanted to try? Just to see. You don't know until you try. That's the whole thing. That's why I say attempt a chance to try it, get to it, because you don't really know. I don't really know what's going to happen with this book. Don't really know. But I do know what will happen if I don't try. Absolutely nothing. Nothing will ever happen Actually, nothing will happen because that's it. That's the only thing that can happen when you don't try is nothing. So why not give it a shot? I'm going to give it a shot with this book and see what happens. With whatever it is that you're trying, why don't you give it a shot and just see what happens? You don't know. I don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to see if this children's book that I wrote a few years ago is publishable, or if people just think it's not worthwhile. However people look at it, at least I'll know. So I want you to get out there and attempt those things that you always wanted to. Chance it. Take a chance. Try it. You just don't know until you try. But above all, get to it. All right. This is Gabe signing out. All right. We'll catch you next time. All right. Bye.